Hello, welcome back to Scale Modelling Cafe and welcome to the final little short video of the man cave. This time the collection in the display cabinet, which is just over there. So without further ado, let's see around and we'll just go through. You probably recognise the standard Ikea Detolf. Unfortunately, the ones on the top don't fit in there or there's no room, but there we go. And you can see I've also added some extra shelving. There is some LED lighting behind there, which lights it up really nicely. However, on camera, it's just a bit too bright, even on its dimmest setting, and you just see silhouettes. So hence, I've not turned those on. But we'll just open the door. Let's zoom out a little bit, just to try and minimize some of the reflections. There is Death Punch on the top, the one that was on the front cover of the book, and this sort of kicks off the post-apocalyptic section. There's the very recent Death Punch 2, the Antonov, that was obviously on the channel, and a little 70-second jobby there. And then both of these down here have appeared in MAI. That's the Wyvern conversion and the Defiant. And then a bit of a sort of Cold War thing going on down here with the beautiful little Airfix Chipmunk. I do love that model. It takes a little bit of work, but it's definitely well worth it. With the Edward Mirage 3 and the Academy F4 down at the bottom, both of which have appeared in the Weathering magazine. So actually, I ought to mention really how I've kind of laid these out. I tried to use some logic, but I could have done anything, I mean, scale, genre, manufacturer, whatever. But settled for this for now. Now we're going into a bit of a Russian section. So this appeared in MAI a few years ago. This is the Hobby Boss SU27, which is a beautiful kit, and it's got every bit of photo etch and resin you can think of thrown at that. Some Derelict helicopters now. This one was in the book. This one was, I can't remember if that was in the book or the Weathering magazine. And this Zvezda Hind is about to appear in the Weathering magazine at some stage, hopefully quite soon. 72nd MiG-29s, these are the trumpeter kits, the best MiG-29s in 72nd scale on the market. The Slovakian one at the back is straight from the box. This one, however, this Polish one, has got every bit of aftermarket thrown at it as well. And then to the Great Wall Hobby kit. So this is the early version, again with all the photo etch thrown at it. Beautiful kits, they really are. That's not a Derelict one. That one is, I found a really neat picture of one that's been stripped and refurbished, ready to, I think, go to Bangladesh. And the latest version there, that one is straight from the box. Again, beautiful kit. Moving on down to the F100F, that's the Trumpeter 1 conversion, so the ECM pods, different seats, etc. That's another MAI one, and another Weathering magazine one down at the bottom. That's the Beriev by, who did that one now? Modelsvit did that, and very much limited run. So an awful lot of work, but actually a really nice result in the end. I was pleased with how that turned out. Okay, Derelict F4 on the top. That was in the book, as was the Derelict. I do like my Derelict, don't I? Especially helicopters. The Wessex. Lots of scratch building on the interior on that one. Loads of photo etch. Full re-rivet job on that scale rotor fold. Blah, one of my favourite models there. The Airfix Jungly, and then a couple of 32nd scale fighters, which I must do some more actually. The Hasegawa 109F and the Key 44, both of those in the book. And yeah, some more Weathering magazine, ammo Weathering magazine stuff, the Japanese shelf. And then a bit of an odds and sods here at the back. The F84 is from Hobby Boss or Trumpeter. It's actually the same, aren't they? In the book. And the Hasegawa P40 full rivet job. sprayed markings. That was in Air Modeler quite some years ago now, that one. And then my my little diorama. This I did for Arma Modeling. It's an electronic magazine, sadly short-lived and long out of production, but again, one of my favourite models there, and one of my first Derelict models I did. A little sort of New Zealand sheep that I thought I'd put in there. There's a little seagull there as well. So yeah, one of my again, one of my favourite ones, that one. C5 collection now. All these appeared in MAI in a series. So it's the Airfix one at the back converted to a C wing. That's a Mark II with a CMK engine. And the Edward Mark 8 converted into a C515 using the Airfix 17 kit. And this little 72nd job was the Freight Dog kit with a conversion for the AZ Spitfire. Put that down very carefully. The ubiquitous Airfix C547 with the resin engine, and again, one of my favourite kits in my collection. So this is the Edward Spitfire 16 converted with a Sword 17 into the 70. Much more refined result, and not that difficult actually, that conversion. 72nd jets, probably recognise the Academy F14 there that was been on the channel lately, and one of Airfix's best kits at the back is the little 72nd GR3 Harrier with the Freight Dog corrected fin, and another Weathering magazine job, the F16 there from Tamir. Again, that was another conversion with the tail. Some sort of standard 48 stuff here with Edward. They're May 100 Zen, ME110 and Spitfire 9, and then some more Derelict goodness underneath that with the Airfix Nat in 48th, and the Sword RF 84 at the back. Yeah, again, another classic limited run kit there. And that is my first ever Derelict model at the back. That's the Hobby Boss A7, which I just threw together as a bit of a test piece, but yeah, turned out rather well, I think, even if I do say so myself. Bit of a success for a test piece, that. More 72nd scale jets at the bottom. The Buccaneer's one of my, and again, one of my favourite kits. I've got so many favourite kits in here, but unfortunately the refueling probe got damaged when I was bringing that back from Saudi. It's one of the first ones I did in Saudi, and yeah, just need to sort out the resin fuse extenders down there, which have also been bent in transit. But that had a full detailing job on it, including the outside, so everything sanded right down and rescribed to sharpen up all the panel lines and riveting, and lots of external detail on that as well as internal. And then over to the last shelf. So the Wellington in 48 scale, full detailed job on the inside, full photo etch Bombay, which drove me insane, has to be said. Some battle damage with some scratch built interior on the wing and feathered prop, and some battle damage on the tail as well. Yeah, pleased with how that turned out. And then a 72nd scale cabinet now. So I think arguably, now this is arguably my favourite model in here. It's the Edward Mark 9, which I just completely did a cut and shut job with all the Edward resin and photo etch. And I can't remember actually which set that radio bay came in, but it was an Edward because they don't do that bit, or certainly didn't at the time of the model. But yeah, one of my favourite ones. That hopefully, or no doubt, you'll recognise the two S199s at the back, which were on the channel, and some more Edward 109 Mark 9s. 109 Mark 9s. What am I talking about? Spitfire Mark 9s in the front. This is the Arma Hobby shelf. And again, a couple of recent kits, the Key 84 on the channel, the Wildcat, which was in Air Modeler, and the two Hurricanes at the back, which were in Airfix magazine. Again, another one of the early ones on the channel, the little Z37, again, another derelict job, and the Academy P38, which is a beautiful little kit and often overlooked. That had a full riveting job on it as well, and another weathering magazine article. And then finishing off down at the bottom, the most recent completion, the little clear prop I-16, which is beautiful. And yeah, that's the Revell Hurricane, which, you know, with a little bit of effort, turns out really, really nice. And the Edward 110 again, with a bit of battle damage. I tend to do that with my twin engine aeroplanes. I like doing a bit of battle damage. So there's the cabinets. The only, the other thing to show you really is a bit of the overflow in this really neat coffee table that the wife found. So a bit of an overflow for the 72nd stuff in there. There we go. That's 11 minutes already. That's a bit longer than I expected, if I'm honest. But yeah, there we go. The gratuitous shelf selfie of the shelves in the back. There we are. That is my model collection, and I'll be adding to that very soon, I'm sure. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.